Shit, I hope I'm ready. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're going to be working on the middle part today. And I suppose since I can, I might just go all the way to the back with this, which is just fine. And then I got to do the other side. But let's get started. Let's get the music going. Do. Broke. I think I read that one. Oops. Oh. I guess I have to turn this so I can see it. And hit record on my good camera. I think that'll do. You can't hear that music, can you, John? You can't. It's not loud. I can turn it down just slightly. Because this camera's, or this microphone is probably good enough. Oh, well, that's kind of loud. That's a good one. All right, so we have this much so far. You know, I might wind up just ending it here just for the sake of not having to deal with a really long thing that could possibly be messed up. Which means that I only have one more thing to go. Two more to go. I wonder. Yeah, I guess that gives me a better view. Nice. Maybe it's her fur. Maybe it's Maybelline. Dang it. Didn't mean to do that. I'm still on track. I wonder if I should just continue. How's about that? Yeah, you got nothing to talk about? Yeah, I was learning from Dinesh D'Souza about what in the hell, how the hell they get 2 + 2 = 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
So apparently the example they used was if you put, like, if you take 2 factories and they both make the same thing, oh my god, this is so dumb. So they both make round discs, right? And both factories have 2 round discs and 1/2, right? So 2 + 2 = 4, but if you're adding the 2 factories together, their half turns into 1, making 5. It's really fucking dumb. I may be explaining it.
2 + 2, that's 2.5 + 2.5.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of like, I mean, I have the link I posted on my Facebook, but I think we could probably post it somewhere. I don't know. You can just look it up.
Explained it to me at one point. It had a lot to do with the random quantum theory thing where all possibilities are possible. And
well, the one he's talking about is the racist one. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I know that's the racist one.
Oh, dang it! I didn't even do that. He's talking about the one that claims that normal math is racist. That's the one he's talking. That Dinesh D'Souza is talking about. What's weird is like you know, you and I, we have a lot of history with like Indians, and they are very intelligent people. They really are. At least the ones that come here and make something of themselves. I mean, a high track record of success is what I'm trying to say. You know, even though Dinesh and I disagree on so many things in terms of religion, you know, I definitely think of him as, at least, because he was actually like nearly put in prison for 20 years because he dared to donate $20,000 to I guess it was a friend who happened to be running for. He donated to somebody who was in politics who happened to be a friend, and Obama raided his house and like sent helicopters and SWAT teams to like terrorize him essentially. It's very very interesting. What's funny is also Obama's like
You
he's
can't terrorize a terrorist, David.
I know, right? Obama is like in bed with freaking Netflix. Did you know that?
Yeah, Joe Obama's got his own podcast.
That is-
Nobody knows about it.
Yeah, oh my god.
This is the fucking president. Man, if Trump had a podcast, that shit would be known.
Yeah. I mean, he technically does. I mean, it's just not on the
It's
ones.
just on Twitter.
No, it's on.
Or I guess it used to be.
It's on Rumble, Gab. I'm sorry. No, Rumble. Gab.
Rumble is the YouTube, like thing.
Okay.
Rumble's the Rumble, I think, is what I'm saying. It's a streaming video place.
I might be thinking Gab though.
I have no idea what that is.
Whatever the heavily Christian one is, I forget.
Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where like the science community is like the biggest guy on Rumble is like the science or the science pastor, I think it's called.
It's so sad.
Where he uses science to prove God.
Oh yeah, well. No harm in trying, right?
Yeah, at least they're trying.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, at any rate, and they also explained how 2 + 2 can be 3 by saying that a man and a woman make 2, but then have a baby, which makes 3. And it's like, so you just +1 the baby. It's no longer +2 + 2. It's now 2 plus 2 plus. There's 1 + 1 + 1. It's not 1 + 1 = 3. But yeah, I love how he explained the obvious in a much more intelligent way than I ever could, and I'm probably just going to leave it up to him. I'd just say subscribe to his channel. Only unfortunate thing is that all these, Alex Jones is a huge example. He promotes all this pseudo crap, the male enhancement, the vitality, the on 2 drops a day, and it's like, I get that they need to make money, but why not just make money, legitimately? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, instead of saying Hillary smells like sulfur.
What? It smells like sulfur.
And he's like, I met Hillary. She smells like sulfur.
Oh yeah. I mean, he is definitely extreme of some kind.
Sure, she smells like something.
Well, he certainly isn't news the way he behaves. Even if he's given.
The water turning the freaking frogs gay.
It's actually, I would not be surprised if that wound up being true.
A lot of what he says is actually pretty true. Not a lot, I should say. So.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is that, like, I don't know.
Says a lot,
what are you gonna do? Unplug everyone? Make them join the Matrix? Is our way of thinking better than their way of thinking? Some people just want to, like, get on with life and not even worry about people being, abducted at the border and shit like that. They're like, oh, that doesn't bother me. I'm not there. And I understand that stance.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, here we go. Do you consider yourself a part of the reason why rhinos are going extinct? I mean, there are humans on the planet extincting the rhinos, but do you identify as human? You know what I mean? Like, do you think you're partially responsible just because you're human? I don't know. I had a point at first, now I can't remember where.
No, I mean, I've definitely heard the argument before in the sense that, like, if you're not doing anything about it, then you're partly to blame, and for me, I'm just like,
it's more like, do you separate yourself from, like, what are you separating yourself from at that point?
Oh yeah.
That's not me.
Oh yeah. You know, I
Humans are fucking with the planet, but that's not me. You know.
oh
White
yeah.
people are racist, but not me.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the people who say that white people are racist are white, and that they
That's what I'm
admit.
saying. That was actually why I said that.
Oh yeah.
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 They're like, well, I'm not racist, but you're racist because you're white. It's like, wait, you're white too. It's like, yeah, but I'm not racist.
No,
I know I'm not racist.
usually white people who say white people are racist quote admit to their racism. They're acknowledging their unconscious and conscious biases, and they're working on it, guys. They're working on it. Okay, you know, you only have to beat them up a little bit now.
It's like, no, I am privileged. I
Yeah.
inherited land. It's like, yeah, but that's not because you're white.
Yeah. Nah, dude. It really. I just hope that someday soon we have an adult in the room. You know, in the sense of like telling students, "Hey, you don't like free speech? Like this is the whole point. Like, and if you can't understand that, then we're gonna have to let you go. Like, if you're gonna go out there and shout everyone down, that's not free speech. It's stifling free speech, and you're gonna get expelled if you keep it up. That's the kind of crap that we need. Is telling students, whiny, petulant, freaking spoiled brats, no, stop it. Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "Stop it! Stop whining!
Stop whining! Ah! I'm freaking out."
Keep your head down. They tried to take my tortillas."
Oh God! Well, who did that?
Pablo Escobar.
Pablo.
Francisco, sorry, Pablo Francisco.
Pablo Francisco Escobar. I get it.
Yeah. This summer. No!
No!
Tortilla boy.
Little tortilla boy. Wow, that is like a huge integral part of my childhood and yours. More yours, I think.
Keep it down. They tried to
Take my tortillas! This summer.
In the city, you must fight to survive.
They're gonna shut you down. What was it? No, it wasn't that. Oh, the site. One man. What? Will survive?
Just wanted a normal life.
Just wondering. That's, yeah. I think you remember it better than I do.
I don't even know if that was a quote, but it was something along that line. You know, he was just trying to sell tortillas. Trouble found him.
He was just, quote of the year, he was just trying to sell tortillas.
Just this guy, you know.
He's just this. Okay,
That's from
hey,
Hancock.
this is practice for when we're playing video games. Like, which one do you think did a worse job? Wanted or Hancock?
I liked the movie Hancock. What do you mean?
What? Both of those movies suck.
No, one of those movies sucked. What was the other one that threw me off?
Well, okay, so then what did you like about what was it again?
Hancock?
Hancock. What did you like about Hancock?
I love it's one of my favorite superhero movies because it's like okay, there was times that I didn't like the direction, you know, like,
Yeah.
but
I guess the concept is all right.
It got me emotional at times. Like, you really felt for him. You know, he was lonely. Like, he didn't know. And it was really cool to learn how he was living forever and how, like,
Yeah.
they depicted them as gods at one point, then angels. Now they're superheroes. I thought that was really cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I guess I get you.
I hated the woman. You know, like, she was very pretty, obviously actress, you know, but I hated the character, is what I should
It was
say.
probably
The
because
character was really sweet, and then became this like, oh, you have no idea who I am, and I was like, oh.
yeah. Well, it wasn't just that; it was exactly what she was doing to him. You know, although I guess in the end that was to save both of them, in that they were both immortal.
Yeah, I loved it. It was a beautiful movie, and I liked the concept of it. You
I
know,
think. Okay, so how much better do you think it would have
I like
been?
movies that you don't. Like, I really liked them.
Okay, well, I probably don't like it in the same reason I don't like I Am Legend. You probably guess why.
Shit, I liked him. Good actor.
I just don't like Will Smith as an actor, or a rapper, I guess.
I think he's great, actually.
I mean, he did all right.
He's multi-talented, I'll say that. But
now, I will say that his character does do all right in characters that are meant to be like that.
Yeah.
But he's just.
Yeah, everybody's got that.
I would hate to work under or around that guy.
I respect. I shouldn't say respect because I hate the word, but I like Will Smith for the fact that he's able to invoke emotion very well, and like there are multiple movies that he's done where I felt what he's portraying, like what he's trying to get you to feel. I legitimately felt by his performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, those shower scenes.
Wise, like the people that are able to make you cry. That is impressive to me. That's an intense emotion that they brought that out of you with their performance. And Will Smith has done that to me many times, and I'll say that about him.
Yeah, when
a lot of opportunity, I'll say that too.
Yeah.
And what was the other one you said though?
Wanted.
Oh, what a horrible movie that was.
What was it? It was like literally every like scene transition was him waking up from something. It was like almost a.
I don't even remember much of that movie. I watched the whole thing, but it's sad that I cared so little about it that just didn't retain it. Now it's been so long since I've seen the movie.
So the only thing it had going for it was that it had Angelina Jolie and that she had like redeemable qualities in the character arc.
I couldn't remember that.
Well, she killed everybody and herself when she learned that the sewing machine thing told them to kill themselves, essentially. Which is kind of odd.
I can't even remember. Dude, I really don't remember the movie at all. It's really
Dude, it was okay. So the premise is that like they're assassins who take their orders from like an ancient sewing machine that sews code into the threads, and they're obvious code. It's like the stitching thing, like the stitching is different, and then they decipher the code. I don't remember how they decipher it. Something tells me it's a little magic hat with a magic magnifying glass.
Yeah, doing that movie.
Yeah. And Angelina Jolie in the end learns that it was what's his name, God. He was like, there it was in an impasse. Everybody's like aiming guns at that terrible actor. And I know what movies I wanted to compare, but hang on. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Dang it. Oh yeah, and they're all aiming at the terrible actor guy, and Morgan Freeman comes out and is like throwing the pieces of paper out of all the names of everybody in the room. They're like, we broke away because this, or I broke away because of this. If we had done what this machine had told us, then every single one of us in this room would be dead. And Angelina Jolie was like, "Oh, is that right?" And then she did her like fucking retarded, turn bullet thing, and it went in a full circle around the room and went through everybody's head, and including hers at the end. And she had a big smile on her face, knowing that she had done the right thing. That was a bad movie, man. That was a really bad movie. I was supposed to compare it to Kick-Ass.
I like that movie.
Well, how do you like that movie?
No, not really. Okay, so
okay.
I don't want to claim that in the sense that like it was a great movie, but
maybe I missed the point.
I've seen the movie 3 times by choice.
Oh wow!
I think that says
that must say something. Yeah.
I was entertained by the movie.
Well, that's kind of like how I watched the Lord of the Hobbit, like a billion times.
That's a bet. I don't think I ever finished The Hobbit.
Dude, I probably watched it like 50 times.
On the side of a mountain, and the mountain starts standing up and fighting another mountain, and they're still.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
That's when I keep turning it off.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
There are movies that you watch and you're just like, wow, this was a book.
Yeah. Well, it was the acting too. The acting was just terrible.
The ending of Prometheus. Like how the spaceship's rolling towards them, this massive structure. They're running for fucking ever. They're running.
Run.
Rolls. And then she rolls like 2 feet to the side and dodges it.
Yeah, that movie was bad for a lot of reasons.
So there are things that like are a book.
Yeah.
That was a book.
They probably had a different ship design in the book.
Survived.
They probably had a different ship design in the book too.
Yeah, who knows? Either way, if you're able to just roll to the side, either you almost made it, or you should have just run to the side.
Yeah.
Like you almost made it before you fell. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's why it's not working. I'm like, why is all this screwed up? It's because it's not in line. It's not in line.
Very impressive for that ship to be like in an atmosphere on gravity and still hold its structure like that.
It must be made of some kind of unobtainable material of some sort. Yeah. Maybe
forged.
Maybe it's got like atoms.
In an impossible way.
Yeah, like atoms in it, like many of them.
Like a new element.
Yeah, like
an element in between the elements.
Really hard to get him.
Really hard to get him, or
impossibilium. Impossible or impossible? I don't know.
Fantasium.
Yeah, Fantasteel.
Fantasium. Or Fantaside.
Fantaside? Sounds like filicide, I guess, is what I'm thinking of, which is, I guess, murdering a child or somebody's child, your own child.
Fantogen.
Somebody's gonna die. I don't know who.
I have to pick two. So, if I ever write a story, which I won't, but if I ever did, I would really like to name the characters off of the periodic table. Like Hastium or Hastium, I don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Borium.
Boromir. That's the word that came to my mind instantaneously, Mr. Tolkien. Thank you.
Excuse me. Raiden. It's actually a...
Raiden.
Radon.
Radion. Raytheon. Rubidium. Aluminium.
Oh, beryllium. Indium. INDIUM. Not a thing for a name, I just think it's funny. Indium. There's also
probably discovered in India.
There's a European.
Yeah, I was just thinking it was probably discovered in India.
There's Americium or Americium. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm sure it's Americium.
Americium.
Do you know the heaviest element?
It was, I don't.
Lawrencium.
Oh.
Lawrence. Our grandma's on there. Francium.
The element of France. We outlawed it in 1962. Well, get your shit together, France.
I wonder why some of them are like unseptium, like it's like UN septium, or octium, unpentium. So why do they have
Oh.
Because it's a double negative. Maybe they're positive.
Yes, it's a double negative, you see. Well, snipple dip do da, this thing'll do.
So my background on my computer has been the periodic table. I now have my metal monitor set to the standard model table. So it's the electron, the muon, the down up quarks, strange quark, charmed quark, top bottom quark, photon, gluon, all that bullshit. Anyway, it's a table I was not familiar with until today, and I'm really glad I have it now.
Nice. Yeah. Fuck my goddamn.
I guess I can actually. Okay.
Duck. I really hope this works. What? How? How did that happen? How is it that it's still not enough? It's not enough!
This right here. Have you ever seen this?
That's the quarks and leptons. What kind of language is this? Explain yourself.
Leptons are the electrons, protons, neutrons. Those things, bosons. Well, I guess bosons are different. But yeah, I'd never seen this table before. Apparently, this is a thing. It's like the periodic table. It's a common thing.
Nice. I remember that in school.
I don't think that existed when we were in school, but obviously, we're not that old, so I don't know.
Well, science is only just barely.
Existed, actually, because the Large Hadron Collider didn't happen for a while in our life.
That's what I mean. Is science has only just recently been allowed to flourish in the grand scheme of things.
In the last 50 years, astronomy has been just crazy findings.
The gradual shift from right to left was just gradual enough to allow science breathing room. But then it went.
The good news is the whole world's doing it now.
Yeah. Well, the bad news is, Biden's our president now.
Yeah.
But
China's doing a lot of. China's now sending shit to Mars often. They're mapping the backside of the moon as we speak. They're taking it upon themselves to do things that we are not. They haven't succeeded on every mission, and I don't know why. I guess they're embarrassed, but they shouldn't be. When they mess up, they just go quiet. They won't release the crashing sites on the back of the moon. Even though they're mapping it, they blur it out, the crash sites for some weird reason. They're embarrassed by the crash site.
No, they just want to make sure they got all the information and leaving some out. China's not stupid. When you're dealing with a country whose leader is leader for life, you don't plan for for what they're doing now. You plan for what they're doing 4 presidents later.
Yeah. Well,
now
it was 4 presidents later. 4 presidents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now he's getting to be the age where it'd be more beneficial for him to enact his plan while he's still young. But he's going to wind up like Hitler in the end. If we could start feeding some testosterone to our freaking soldiers again, and feed, they did a lot of those experiments with soy on the soldiers.
Just fuck up our 18-year-olds, man.
Well, first thing we need to do is one of the big things we need to do is constantly tell people about soy and its harmful effects on men and women. And also tell people about those freaking masks being poisonous, not because of conspiracy, but because of fucking chemistry. I was looking at a really cute guy.
For the record, since we're on your live stream, they're poisonous when they're left in a very hot car.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're poisonous from overuse. because what happens is even your spit, even your breath breaks it down and stuff. So, and not only that, it's a ripe area for bacteria. Those things are only meant for 30-minute use. It says it right on the box. Like, I wonder if I have a box in here with me.
I don't. I have only a mask.
I'll have to take a picture of it at work tomorrow.
Yeah, but Fauci says, David, 2 masks.
Yeah, but Fauci is right. That's my response to that.
You know what, I'm really disappointed. I've watched, so the people in government are trying to, reach the younger crowd, so they're picking, I guess in reality what they're doing is they have children, or somebody has children, like grandchildren, and they say, what YouTube channels do you like? And then whatever the fuck the person says as a child, they choose that person to interview Fauci or something. So who's the guy, game theory? But that's just a theory. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay, theory.
He interviewed Fauci.
What? Really?
Yeah, he interviewed Fauci. Yeah, and they asked, I'm really disappointed in the questions asked. All they did was, maybe they were told what to ask, I don't know, but all they did was just say, they asked, so what do you have to say about the masks to the public? It's oh, you should wear a mask. It's great.
So
I would have asked shit so you've changed your mind a lot in 2020. We should probably just reflect on some of that and, get some misunderstanding.
Yeah, it'd be like, Dr. Fauci, can we even trust anything you're saying? Even your answer.
Would you like to comment on the fact that you were at one point in April of last year saying that masks don't work? What do you have to say about that?
Oh, he already said something about that. He openly admitted that he lied.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would always ask shit like that. I'm really disappointed in it.
And ends don't justify the means.
That I'm watching.
Well, the sad thing is that that. How is that not an automatic filter? Anybody who displays, the ends justify the means. If anybody says that out of their mouth or any iteration of it, get them as far away from power as possible. We don't need shit. We do not need that kind of tyranny anywhere. I was gonna say in politics, but I mean anyway.
Yeah. Cassidy really liked the word bureaucracy.
Yeah.
In the sense we're talking, she would be using the word bureaucracy. It actually fits really well.
Bureaucracy.
Pretty much just corruption, I guess. It's just corruption at the top, I guess.
Well, bureaucracy is really just kind of a formula for doing business. Of a quote unquote efficiency. It's like a chain of command. I may be wrong. You should probably look it up.
Bureaucracy, a system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than elected officials.
Oh. Blark.
So they're people that we don't actually choose, I guess.
Oh, that's actually a really good description of Fauci. He is part of a bureaucracy. He ain't no elected official. He was appointed by an elected official. Ew. Well, I just don't know how they don't see the at least the bad optics of telling everyone they can't go to a ball game when you're the only one allowed to actually visit the ball game. You should have thrown the pitch and then left, or not even thrown the pitch. Told them to not even be there. Be like, football is not or whatever. Baseball is not a fucking, what do you call that? What do they call it? bullshit. Well, they don't. Well, they don't call it bullshit. They call it legit shit. Legit shit.
They call it science.
Science. Yes, master.
The problem is they don't know what the term means. They think everything's made up anyway, so they just call everything science.
Oh, there's no doubt that Dr. Fauci is like a doctor, you know. But
well, he's the highest paid.
I
He's
think
the highest paid government anything.
yeah,
any
ever.
Form of government.
Yeah. The fact that he's from the UN turns me off the most. Anything the UN says, we should do the opposite of.
Well, I wouldn't say anything. You know, only Siths deal in extremes.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna drive this Sith thing off the cliff. Okay, I'm just be like, hell no, to the no, hell to no. Yeah, hail to the no. I guess you guys can hardly see anything. Maybe I should turn it a little bit. It's just getting to be a bit difficult to hold it. Yeah.
What other movies did you think were shit? And when I say this, obviously there's a lot of really shit movies, but you know, movies.
Yeah, but I gotta think of like the worst. Obviously, Snow White and the Seven.
I haven't seen any like live action.
I guess that was that stupid, you know, and the Seven Huntsmen or something like that. Apparently, the one after that was better. I don't know. I didn't see it though.
It's actually hard to pull out movies I don't like because I think so little about them.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I watched In Time recently, and I really like that movie.
It's a good movie.
I think one of my favorite movies in the sense of like camera angles and just overall creative story and like advanced predictions and knowing what the fuck's gonna happen in the future. Hey, I'm talking about The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey.
That's such a good movie.
That is an amazing
Cable Guy.
Amazing movie. You know, they predict online gaming there, but it's so old. It's in the 80s, and they're using Mortal Kombat as a reference to a game. It's like, and you play Mortal Kombat with your friend in Korea.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
It's
sweet.
before internet. You know, this is the 80s. You know, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Well,
He
yeah.
said a lot when it was when he was standing on the dish talking about how great the dish is. Like that's. He says a lot of really cool shit, which obviously isn't Jim Carrey, it's the writer of the script. But
Well, I'd say that is an excellent segue to the latest thing that they've come out with. Where they did the exact same thing, where they were talking about making predictions for the future, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, which one?
The vampirism thing, stealing children's blood to transfuse with an old person so that they can get young again.
What are you talking about?
Dude, that's what I was saying before when I said that Alex Jones was right again. Is that he was talking about fucking vampirism and blood-sucking pedophiles where they'd steal children to drink their blood, like that's what he was describing it as, but it's like the idea is that you transfuse your blood with a younger person and their blood keeps you young. I don't know if it works. Either way, that science just came out recently as they're talking about how they use like rats, like rat blood, and they've been doing it for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, but the, the trouble is that the conspiracy person in me wants the non-conspiracy person in me wants to think like, wow, this is actually really cool. Like, could you imagine just like all you need is young blood, but then what happens to the fucking kid? Like, did they become old?
What does your blood do to them?
Yeah, or do they become blood? Oh, do they ruin their livers from just old blood? Like, sounds awful. Yeah,
sounds disgusting for some reason.
Yeah, it really is disgusting because, like, unless you're getting a donation of like quarts of blood, you know, doing a transfusion with another person is dangerous because all kinds of things are going on, like
Dude, I bet they're not healthy either.
STDs and stuff.
Well, I'm talking about like the alcohol and the fucking pills that are taking, like everything.
Oh yeah, for real.
I think it's gross.
And specifically young people too.
But young people is probably healthier than the old person.
No, that's what I mean. Is they're transfusing all that nasty old blood, contaminated with pills and shit.
And that blood's been in there for fucking ever. Like, it's just gross. That's so gross.
Yeah, but they,
like an old car giving its used oil to a new car.
But even, but this is where it gets similar with the Jim Carrey thing. Is that like, they essentially announced it via a joke, right? In a latest television show, where this guy's like doing a seminar to a very small group of people, and one of them has like somebody comes out, like a young guy, looks like an athlete, like somebody who's in sports or whatever, comes out with like a dual chair rolly thing with a transfusion thing in the middle, and he's like, "I'm sorry, do we need to give you a moment?" And he's like, "No, keep going, it's fine." And he's like, "What is what's going on here?" He's like, "Oh, this is my blood transfusion partner. You know, he's giving me his young blood so that I can stay young again." You know, and he's like being real casual about it, and it's a joke. Obviously, it's a show, but like, that's the sort of thing you get when people are like that. You know, oh my God, they really have been stealing children and using their blood.
Yeah, I wonder how big.
Yeah, the trouble is, who gives who cares?
Conspiracy theories, but you know, there's a lot of trafficking of children. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the trouble though. Is who cares, right? I mean, obviously, you and I and anybody you ask is going to say, "Oh, I care so much about that." But I mean, who cares about all those little kids getting raped to death in Pakistan on a nightly basis? You know, and so it's just like, okay, yeah. So what are you going to do about it? You know, I know that's a pessimistic way of thinking, but it's like, okay, until we stop patting ourselves on the back and feeling bad about it, you know, how about we bomb the shit out of Pakistan until they stop? I don't know. Like,
all the children.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like save them. Like,
help you.
No, I mean, what are you going to do? Obviously, it'd be nice to save them. But I don't have any solution that doesn't involve a big red hammer that hits a big red button that blows up a small country. Vote for me. Honest gas. I'll blow up them all.
Honest gas.
Yeah, exactly. If you want big boom, vote honest gas. And thumbs up. No,
vote for me. I'll drop the big one.
Yeah, let's vote Randy Newman for president. Like, I don't know how I got here, but let me sing a little song.
I'm gonna sing a little song.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing a little song. Little message for all you commies out there. How did that happen?
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
He keeps teasing about running for president, and apparently the most recent poll says at least 45% of America would vote for Dwayne Johnson.
Oh God. Probably the worst person for it.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I'll be right back.
He's friends with fucking YouTube executive. What's her face? Cindy Powell. No, not.
He's a really good guy and accomplished.
Yeah, well, really good does not translate well to not socialist.
Well, I mean, like a good leader.
Well,
I don't know if he's socialist or not. I don't know what he's actually about.
Has he ever been on steroids?
I don't know.
I don't know if I would vote for a guy who's ever been on steroids.
I don't know that fact.
But then again, I wouldn't vote for an actor anyway. You know, exclusive.
He was just good at acting. Remember, he started out as The Rock.
I guess you're right. He was a pro wrestler. Let's vote that one in.
He's done a lot though. Arnold Schwarzenegger did a lot too, and he became a politician.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't know why anybody in the entertainment business would ever consider using that influence in politics.
He was one of the most accomplished people of his time. Look at everything he did, including the governor, I guess. But
I don't know. You talking about in politics or what he did in movies?
I'm talking about his whole life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess.
All of the above answer, like the Mr. The strong, the Mr. Universe or whatever, and also an actor, and also a governor, and also, he did a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess until he started eating soy shit, turned into a flabby sack of shit. Voting.
He's in 60s almost.
Yeah, but he's freaking talking about socialism and crap again. It's just really bizarre how.
Look at California.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, look at Nancy Pelosi. I was thinking of shit when I said that.
Is Nancy California?
Yeah, she's San Francisco. Like the most shit place in the country. She's like known as that. She also made it not against the law to poop in the streets. So a guy protested by pooping in her driveway, and he got arrested. He probably got arrested for filming it and putting it on the internet. Oh, fuck, I forgot I had cheese. Oh. Also kind of. I gotta put that away real quick, but let me do this. I think I have to do a little do. That is getting complicated. That you eating, bruh. It makes me want to smell cereal.
So I do this thing where I make a bunch of I'll cook something like 2 or 3 pounds of beef, and I'll add like 3 to 4 cans of tomato paste. Well, I mean the ragu, flavored shit. And I say cans, but really they come in jars. But anyway, I make a bunch of sauce, and then throughout the throughout the days, I will just boil noodles as I please, and then I just add some sauce, and I got some pasta. So this time I
Wow.
took shells.
So you learned how to do it.
Huh?
So you learned how to do it, huh? I never really figured that out, I guess, but I don't really eat spaghettis either, so
Yeah.
I win.
Well, noodles don't last as long as the sauce, so just as you want them, just make the noodles, and then you just add what you already made.
Seems.
Then I'd have to chop carrots and onions and all that shit every day.
Every day.
Carrots go really well on pasta. Throwing it up.
Marinating your vegetables in lemon juice goes really well with just about everything.
I've never done that.
It's really good. I recommend it.
10 out of 10. Would recommend. 5 thumbs up.
Yeah, then you dump all the lemon juice that you used to marinate in there. Yes. Every time.
So 5 thumbs up is a bigger statement than 4 thumbs up. That means that 1 out of 3 people only halfway agree.
Now they all evenly agree that it's 4 stars. What? 3 stars?
4 thumbs up would mean 2 people agree completely, but 5 thumbs up would mean that 3 people.
At least two people.
At least 2 people agree, but 1 out of every third disagrees halfway.
Yeah. That's some math right there. That means that you win.
Yeah. That's 3 times 3 is 5.
It means you're a winner.
I think I broke their code right there.
Yeah, dude. I think you might go to jail.
Well, apparently black children don't know how to show their work in math, so showing the work is racist because
Yeah.
black people can't do it as well.
Yeah, they call that the soft bigotry of low expectations. You're like, oh, those poor people, they can't do anything. We must help them. Native Americans have a very good example of that.
Studies show that young black people don't know how to dress for interviews, so we need to set a law that interviewers are not allowed to discriminate against dress code.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm the only one who got the job at the gas station forever ago because I was the only one who actually showed up in work clothes. Like a uniform, or not work clothes, interview clothes.
Yeah, I always wear nice clothes. Like right now, I'm not. But I always wear like the long sleeve button-up shirts out when I go out.
Oh, sleeve.
There's a guy arguing about white privilege, and he was saying that I've got white privilege because I know how to dress nice.
No, John, you have white privilege because some old woman long ago upset was racist towards one black guy, and then that black guy made a big video about it, and then everyone was like, wow, white people are racist.
Yeah. Well, I also have nice things, so that makes me privileged.
Of course.
Because Amazon gives me a Wi-Fi discount.
Yeah. It's funny that all these people...
Gave me a white guy bonus, too. I see it. It's on the check. It says, white guy bonus, $1.50. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Bonus, yeah. That's a good one. Well, we're about an hour in, and my recorder stopped working because my camera pooped out. But we're nearly at the end there. I think I'm just going to kind of give my hands a break and then come back on sometime later. Sound good, guys? I'll see you guys in the next one. That's my brother. Bye-bye.